is Noreen from Joy Cards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yay! For more of my Stampin' Up! Card videos, click that subscribe and the little bell, and you'll be notified when my videos come out. So this video is the tutorial for Leaves of Holly, and it's like, why do I need a tutorial? Because there's a lot of stuff here, and it does different things. First of all, this is in the mini catalog, which is only through the end of December. So you've got the Boughs of Holly suite. So you got the stamp and the dies. You also have the ribbon here like this, and also these little doohickeys here, the textural elements, which are little like leaves, and I'll show you some tricks with that in a minute. But this is the suite, and here's the DS paper, the Boughs of Holly DS paper. It's all very, very pretty. So let me show you how it stamps. So I stamped everything out, and it stamps pretty well, so there's no issue with the stamping at all. And then you've got two kinds of leaves, a larger one and a smaller one, and they layer, or you can choose not to layer them if you want to. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 technically sentiment stamps. The Peace and Joy are separate, so you can, you can play a little bit with that. Also, Season's Greetings is super good to have, because if you're doing cards for like your work or to people that aren't, don't do the Christmas thing, then Season's Greeting is fantastic to have. And then you've got the little cherries here, which also layer. So there's only 3 things that layer. So the leaves, so here they are individually, and here they are layered. So the cherries and the large leaf and the small leaf. Now here's the leaf layered with different colors. So I've got Old Olive and Shaded Spruce, Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent, Granny Apple Green and Garden Green, and I duplicated that by mistake, Granny Apple Green and Shaded Spruce, and Pear Pizzazz and Evening Evergreen. So some different layering going on here, so you don't have to just stick to one. So here's some examples of how they layer, but you don't have to stick to that either. You can do something rather than just stamping, and this is what I did here. And we're going to do this one. I'll show you a little example. And what I did is I stamped the one layer, and then I daubered onto the stamp the second layer. So I get this really neat color combination. So I've got Mango and Old Olive, Daffodil Delight and Evening Evergreen, Mango again and Shaded Spruce, and Pumpkin Pie and Cherry Cobbler. And I'm using the daubers. Now, if you're a demonstrator, you should always get your daubers through Stampin' Up! Because you got your discount. And even with that, like, here's the Stampin' Up! Dauber, which is really nice. And when I did my Shaded Spruce, I don't know where I got this dauber, but it's like huge. I can literally put this inside of it. It's ridiculous. So go ahead and get the Stampin' Up! Ones and take a label maker and label them. So in fact, I'm even going to put in the description of my video. All of my videos, you can click on the description or the little arrow or the show more, depending on what device you're on, and it will pull up everything in the video, everything for a card, all the dimensions. I'm also an Amazon affiliate, which means all my links that you click on anyway are going to be safe. But I sell, of course, Stampin' Up! Products, so there's bit.ly links next to all the Stampin' Up! Supplies, and they're also Amazon links. So if you like my glass cutting thing, if you want to get the label maker that I use, I have a great label maker. I'll put that in the links, and the Amazon affiliate, I get a little kickback. Also, if you click on any of my Amazon links and how I have another revenue stream for me to afford to do my videos is if you click on one of my Amazon links and you're logged in and you accept cookies. Even if you don't buy anything from me, for 24 hours, I get a little kickback if you buy anything on Amazon. I just want that to be transparent. And so if you do that, do all your Christmas shopping. Anyway, so just kidding, not. Okay, so here are the sponge daubers. Get the Stampin' Up! Ones. They are better than these ones. I'm just too cheap to change it. It's like, okay, it's fine. So let me demonstrate how we can do this, because it's kind of cool. So I'm going to use the smaller of the 2 leaves, and I'm going to just use this one here. And so I've got it on my block here. Now, if you notice that when you're looking at my colors, when I layer them, one's light and one's dark, one light and one dark. So, and the dark one goes on top. The light one goes on the bottom. I even had to put a Post-it note on my block because it's hard to tell, you know, when you're stamping away. It's like, which one do I grab again? You're definitely gonna grab the wrong one if you don't label them. So label them. But to do this effect, I'm not layering that leaf. So I'm taking this one right here, and I'm going to start with mango, and then I'm going to grab the shaded spruce on the dauber, and don't put too much. Don't oversaturate your dauber because it'll really come out dark, and just put the ink where you want it. So I went up the middle, a little bit on the side, and then you notice these are the clear stamps, and I'm not using a Stampin' Pad because this Caterpillar Glow glass is fantastic. I can stamp this without needing a Stampin' Pad. And this thing is great. It's actually a light board, and it also has a cutting pad too that goes over the top. So anyway, so I do it, and it looks really cool. This is kind of a really neat effect. So that's how you make those. And going back on these textural elements, these, of course, are great with the blending pens. You can just fill them in just like that. So I've got my light cherry cobbler there. I use dark cherry cobbler on this one so you can see the difference. And then I filled this one in with my dark granny apple green. But if you want to test and see how your colors look, go on the other side and test it out. It's like, oh, maybe I want to go a little darker, and then flip it over and do the other side. But these things are really cute. Now let's go over the dies. Now the dies, what I do when I get my dies is I take the original package, I flip it over, I put some packing tape down. I get my magnets, which are also listed on my Amazon link. So they are very safe to click on. You'll go right to Amazon. I get a little kickback whether you buy something or not. But anyway, so I'll put them all on the magnets, and they are fantastic. They don't fall off. These are great. I label them here because I'm a demonstrator. I need to know part numbers, but also the number of dies here. But there are 11 dies, and this is how they all cut out. And so we've got 3 things that layer: the big leaf, the small leaf, and the cherry. We've got a sentiment tag here, a sentiment and a doohickey tag going off the side there. This right here is just a layering piece when you're layering up all the leaves. So, you know, if you look in the catalog, they're not even using it. So, and then you got some twigs here, and then of course the cherry. So let's see how they layer up. So you can have a lot of fun with the leaves. So I just took the small one, and I used Mossy Meadow and Old Olive. Here's Mango Melody and Evening Evergreen. Here's Shaded Spruce and Real Red. Because, you know, leaves aren't always just green. They can be yellow, they can be red, they can be all kinds of shades of green. Here's Mossy Meadow and Real Red, Shaded Spruce, Soft Succulent, Cherry Cobbler and Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent and Old Olive, and Mango Melody and Cherry Cobbler. I mean, I could have gone on for a long time. And then I just took the cherries and I did the Real Red and Cherry Cobbler, but I reversed it. So I made one with the darker one on the top, and then I made the one with the lighter one on the bottom. I think the lighter one on the bottom looks a lot better. And then I took all the little twigs here and I lined them up just to kind of see how they look against each other. But that's just the solid paper. You can take DS paper and do that as well. And what I really liked was that Glimmer specialty paper. So it's got a green and it's got the gold. So I did one with the green on the bottom, gold on the top, one with the green on the top and gold on the bottom. I think I like the green one on top better. But I've got Pretty Prince and A Wash of Beauty. I got Rustic Harvest, that one with the little swirly green paper, and Hues of Happiness. Hues of Happiness, I meant to order some more. When I'm looking at paper, DS paper, like when a new catalog comes out, I'm looking for DS paper that has lots of different colors that I can use for skies, for grass, for mountains, for trees. And Hues of Happiness is one of those things. So that's a great one to have. This one is A Wash of Beauty and Pretty Prince. This one's Hues of Happiness and Pretty Prints. This is Hues of Happiness and A Wash of Beauty. A Wash of Beauty and Pretty Prints. Rustic Harvest again and A Wash of Beauty. And then I took the twigs down here, and I love the glitter ones. And luckily I did place a Stampin' Up order recently, and I got more of that glimmer specialty paper because that's going to be great for Christmas cards. So the next video will be the cards, and I'm hoping that, because I haven't made them yet, I don't know, that I might do some card kits, because right now my joyofcards.com website has a shop. Of course, you can shop with my joyofcards.stampinup.net. That's a new website for me. I used to be my long name, NoreenBrungard.stampinup.net, but it's way too long. So joyofcards.stampinup.net, that's all the Stampin' Up products. But on my website, and this is good for everyone to know, is that I sell all my retires as soon as they're out of the catalog. That's it. I can, as soon as I'm released to sell, they go up on my site. And I'm going to do a video on how to get to my site. But if you pull it up, go to shop, and then go to Joy of Cards shop. And there's retired items. There are my cards. So you can buy my cards. And hopefully with this set, I'm going to do a card kit. So hopefully I'll get that on there as well. But there are cards up, and there are retireds right now, and they go for real cheap. So go ahead and do that. But please stay tuned. My next video are the cards, and we're going to see what we came up with, and that will do it for me. Thanks. Bye.